This is something that I think that would be really interesting to talk about. And what if the Cosmic Fury Rangers become the next Morphing Masters? We know that there are 3 Morphing Masters around: red, blue, and green. I was going to say pink then, but we know that the others have been hunted down and killed because it's talked about in Dino Fury. So what happens at the end of the series? They defeat Lord Zed, they're able to kind of get rid of him, and the Morphing Masters decide to make the Cosmic Fury Rangers the actual Morphing Masters so that they can move forward. Now, I know having the Morphing Masters, the suits and all that, it costs a lot of money because obviously of color correction and stuff that they've got to do rather than have multiple suits. Simon Bennett has confirmed this on Twitter so far, saying, hey, yeah, it's expensive. So it would make kind of perfect sense to turn the Cosmic Fury Rangers into the next Mighty Morphing Masters, into the Morphing Masters. Generally, really wish we had a different name for that because it just feels like it's the Mighty Morphing Masters. Even if you have the Morphing Masters suits all the way through, sometimes they could get damaged, they could get ripped, something could happen to them, which again may cost a lot of money to kind of fix it. So having, like, say, maybe the suits from the Cosmic Fury would make things a lot easier for when it comes to filming, when it comes to kind of production. Like, you could have an entire team rather than just the generic, oh, look, there's only 1 or 2 of them, etc., etc. So I feel like this would be a really kind of cool move to have them. From what we've seen as well, every single character who has played these Rangers want to come back. Majority more of like the kind of the newer ones saying that they love the roles, they love being Power Rangers. So I'm sure that if, say, for example, in the next 3 seasons later, if the Cosmic Fury actors aren't actually in it, you could have them come back and be like, hey, do you mind coming back if you've got time? And they're like, hells yeah. I imagine, like, if you asked them at any point of, do you love being a Ranger? Would you return back? They go like, yeah, in a heartbeat. And again, like, we've seen it with, like, say, the Super Meg Force actors. I'm pretty much sure all the other actors would be on board for this straight away because I think it's a pretty cool idea. I think it also gives a lot of anticipation. Like, if you imagine in, let's say, you know, you have a different thing called Zenkaija World or, you know, Don Brothers or whatever. I was trying to think of really cool names. Absolutely failed. But say if you had something like, was it High Speed or, you know, High Speed, what I talked about ages ago. Could you imagine, like, in Power Rangers High Speed, that, you know, it's like they mentioned the Morphing Masters once, like, oh my god, like, it's only going to be a short time till they arrive. Then you know that the Cosmic Fury Rangers are going to come back, regardless of who it is. You could have 1, 2, 3, all of them. You know, you could shift around a lot of what you kind of want to play around. So I kind of figure out that it would be a nice little way to say, hey, let's just make them the Morphing Masters. They can be really cool. We can give them brand new suits. They can continue using the suits, whatever which way they want. And that, to me, would make things kind of really perfect. I also kind of think that if you gave them the same sort of power as the Morphing Masters, you know, it could make things happen where, you know, Amelia could be passing through the system or be summoned straight away and she just steps through. And even if you couldn't actually have them returning, you just basically wanted, like, say, the suits or anything like that, you could ask them to say, hey, do you mind doing ADR for us for a bit? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Or, you know, you can come back if you want. But anywhere around the world, you could easily do like a proper studio where these are the lines. And I think, to me personally, that's something that I would really wholeheartedly love to see. And I feel like it kind of like gives a nod to bring these like actors back at any point. And again, with the other videos I've talked about, maybe, you know, they stay Morphing Masters all the way through, you know, depending on how many seasons, or if you had like 8, 9, 10 seasons. After that, that's when they become the again, Mighty Morphing Masters, the Morphing Masters, which generates a lot of kind of hype. I just think it'd be a really kind of cool idea if you decide to go down that road. Anyway, I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it. What do you think? And yeah, see ya.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。